Hi everyone, I am very excited to show you this book, Tales from the Witch's Cottage by Hanna Karlzon. Now it looks like a new book, but actually it is a completed book. So I've completed this book and I am going to show you a flip through of that. Just using this printout which I made, I printed it upside down. With a list of all the pages, so that I've written down what pencils I use to help me explain about the pages. Now this printout is available in my Ko-fi. It is available for free, but while I was filling it out I noticed 3 errors on it which I've now corrected and re-uploaded. So if you grab this and you're a bit annoyed by the fact that there's two spelling mistakes and a page on there which isn't even in this book, then you can pop in there and grab the newer version. Right, let us just move that out of the way so it doesn't spoil the shot. There we go. Okay, so here we go. Now I don't know what I coloured. Actually I do remember. This one I coloured on video when I did my flip through, and these are Black Widow's pencils, and I remember being really pleased with how they came out on this paper, but actually the paper has been good for every pencil, I think, but you can judge as you look through and see what you think. And I've really enjoyed this book. Nearly every page I have loved to colour. There are a few that are not quite so much, but you know, but most of them I love. This one I did with Staedtler Design Journey pencils. I remember, I didn't write it down, but actually it tells me on my list it's done with polychromos. Maybe it is. Maybe that's orange glaze. It looks so glowy. Maybe it is polychromos. I don't know. But I wanted to make it look like there was a sort of fire, magical fire going on in the house. I really enjoyed that one. Now this page with the clovers. Now if you look carefully, you might be able to see there's glitter in the corners. There's diamond stickles in the corners of the page. But let me tell you more. Black Widows, I can see that actually, but over each flower, which is really difficult to see, especially as I haven't got my lamp on. Hang on, if I put my lamp on, I might be able to see this. Each flower is covered in a glitter pen, so it's sort of slightly glowy. There's diamond stickles in the corner on top of the soft pastels that I used to make actually quite a scruffy but rather fun background. I think it makes it look quite magical. I think so anyway. I enjoyed doing that one, I remember. Now this one was done with a colour cube card, one of the Sarah Renee Clark's ones. I haven't grabbed it out. I was too lazy, to be honest. Number 73, if you want to go and look it up for yourself. I'm sure you won't. Staedtler Design Journey pencils. Now often with the colour cube cards I just pick a set of pencils that has the right colours for what we're doing. Now you can see the wings on our rabbit and the flower centres are shiny. I think that would be, yeah, that's going to be the number 700 glitter pen from the Sakura Stardust one. There's our rabbit. Now this house, I haven't written down. I'm having a look. I'm pretty sure that's manganese violet and this is polychromos, but I could be very wrong. But yeah, I had fun with the roof tiles, particularly on that one. I found it a little bit tricky in places. There's a blob there. I don't know if you can see it from where the stickles are on the back, making it quite hard to colour. But yeah, this one I really liked how this one came out. Castle Arts Gold pencils, but you can see there's not a lot of pencil work on there. Behind this flower is a silver pen, and then this is all it's got a bit dirty actually here from some of the tree trunk colours gone across. It happens to me a lot. You could put protective paper between the pages if you wanted to stop that. I just can't be bothered, to be honest. So soft pastels in the background and white pen dots all over. I was really pleased with that one, I seem to remember. Still am, to be honest. Now this one a lot of people really liked. This was one I didn't like so much. I didn't love it. It's Black Widow's pencils. Yeah, I can see that actually. But lots of soft pastel in the background to make this sort of sunshiny effect. I did green at the bottom to make it look maybe that there's grass, and then it went to yellow and orange. The thing you might not be able to see is here, where the pastel is all over the wings and things like that. It's a little bit scruffy, but you know, it is what it is. It's not as bad as I remember, so that's all good. Now, our witch on her broom. I used my brick wall stencil to do that background with a bit of brick dusty colour. Let me have a look. Do we have Witch with Two Cats? There she is. I haven't written down what pencils I used there. I'm trying to identify. Looks like Staedtler Design Journey. That looks like a Staedtler or an Ergosoft colour. That looks like number 25. That looks like number 20. Maybe it is. Not sure about those purples though. Or that turquoisey colour. Oh well. This one, the plants. We haven't got anything written for those either, so I'm just having that. I'm really not sure. I really enjoyed doing this one. I remember all those mushrooms, and we've got a pastely background. You know, I did a lot of backgrounds in this book, particularly to start with. There are some without, and we have these beetles. I seem to remember this was done with black widows. No, I haven't got anything written down. There's definitely a glittery pen on their wings. I'm not sure if I can make that show up. And the background is just a soft pastel. Now this one, the sickle and lavender, which was spelt wrong on the sheet. It says here there's done with Castle Art Soft Touch. Could be. I don't know. There's so little colouring. There's only black and grey and brown and purple, so it's very hard, but it could be because of those purples do look a bit like the Purple Lake Deep. And we've got a silver pen on the border. You can probably see that catching the light with a light soft pastel pink in the middle. Now we have a candle. Black Widow, it says question mark. Yeah, I think that's grape, isn't it? Yeah, I think that's Black Widow. And I did a sort of smoky background. So there's a bit of purple in that background, but also quite a lot of blackish grey. Make it look all smoky and magical. And there's glitter pen all over the flame. It doesn't really show it very well. And in fact, it looks like it might have worn off a little bit. But just to try and make it look a bit more magical. Now, this one was scary. Scary, scary snake. It says it was done with polys and Black Widows. It's very possible. I don't know. The snake's wings have got glitter on. Again, to sort of emphasise that magic. Now, this double page, we have all these different potions and pots and things like that. I remember doing this, having great fun doing this, and the flame. The bottles could be quite daunting. I did them really simply actually, but it's okay. I think by the time I'd done that wall, so yeah. Where's that Prismacolor? It says. Let me look. Could be. Yeah, that could be goldenrod, couldn't it? Yeah, it could be Prismacolor. Got a bit of a question mark. I've gone back through my book to look up what I did, and some of them it doesn't say what they are. It just says Witch's Cottage and then the colour, and they don't know. So this one says Prisma. Yeah, I think it is. And I did it, I remember it was a Christmas time, and I did it with a Christmas theme with the reds and the golds. So that was interesting and nice to have a bit of a theme. This one's a bit weird. This one says Prisma as well. I think it could, no, I don't think those layers look right for Prisma. It's a very light orangey colour here. I don't recognise that shade at all. So that's interesting. But actually it's not too bad. I just think the fish's tails are a bit wishy-washy. That's just me. But we have a bit of sparkly pen on all the crystals just to make them look even more sparkly. The red's very intense, isn't it? Right, this was one of the pages I wasn't so keen on, and I think you can really tell by the quality of the colouring, to be honest. It says polys. Could it be? No, that's not polychromos colour. Don't think so. Who knows? Anyway, it looks more like Castle to me, the purples, but I don't know. I just couldn't get into this one. There's too much blank space, and I don't know, never coloured like roosters before. I didn't know what to do. But this one I enjoyed. You can see how the black is done in pencil. It took a long time. It says Prisma, I think. Yeah, there's a Prismacolor, I think that is. And I tried to make the table with a wood effect. It's got sort of stripes in it, and there's a gold pen border, which it looks a bit weird, like it's sort of fading a bit. Oh wow. Now we have a cat, Snoozy Cat and Mice. That was a cute one to do with a pastel background. That was also, it says polychromos, could have been. That could again be manganese violet, but I don't know. We have this magic wand. I have a feeling that might have been a video. The background I had such fun with. It's just soft pastels. It really doesn't take too long to do something like that, but it was a lot of fun. And then a white pen over the top. So really all I coloured in pencil was the actual wand itself, which it says I did with Polly's question mark. Could be Polly's. Now here is this lady. It says Black Widows. Yeah, it could be. Again, I'm not entirely sure. I don't know what this colour would be. This colour looks like a sort of brick Indian red type shade. I don't know. This looks nice, a gold band. And there's a little bit of soft... Oh no, that background is done with a gold pan pastel. I can see that now. It's gold. It sort of slightly reflects the light. It's not perfect. Our cat in the window. It says Prisma question mark. Could be. Don't know. So we've got wood. I made the cottage look wood because it was wood in the original picture. What I tried to do with the window was to make everything through the glass look a little bit more faded, like the curtains and things. I haven't done a particularly good job on the curtains, to be honest, but on the cat, make it a bit lighter so you could see the difference between the cat that was inside and outside. I missed a bit there. Anyway. Now we have kettle and cup. Yep. Chroma flow for this one. There's no background on this one. There could have been. I don't know why I didn't. Well, there wasn't a rush or what. You know, I could have put a sort of table in. Maybe I couldn't quite decide. But they're just like floating in the air. She's floating in the air. She is done with polychromos, and I can see I used my cloud stencil in the background with some pastels. And it looks like, I think that's a silver pencil for the stars and things. Now this one, polychromos. Yeah, I remember doing that one, being a bit daunted by all the details in the border, so I just did them all the same colour in a silver pencil. Yeah, this one didn't capture my imagination at all, and you can really tell there's no background. I just wanted to get it done. Is what it looks like. Polychromos, yeah, it's not impressing me. Gold beaks were the only thing that I really enjoyed doing in the little bottles. But this one, again, we've got no background. We've sort of got, I know why, because it's got all these details to get around, and I figured if I did some pastel it would be too hard to do that. It doesn't say what this is done with. I'm having a look. I don't know. So there we go, anyone's guess. This one is done with question mark. There we go. I think that's Prismacolor in the background. I think that's a chartreuse yellow, and that's chartreuse going through to maybe a moss green. There's no lime peel, maybe apple green, moss green, something like that. Maybe, but they're not sure about that foreground floral colour. Maybe maybe that's polychromos. I don't know. Now we have the cat in the tree, gold wings and crown. They look very special, don't they? That's where there's another spelling mistake in the list, which I have corrected. Cat had no A, just a typo really, rather than a spelling mistake. Polychromos for that one. I've done a bit of a pencil sky in that one. This one I did as a set of videos. It says Chromaflow. Maybe they are. I don't remember. Could be. And I did them all sort of different colour bottles. I enjoyed making these so much. I had so much fun and I was really pleased with how they came out. No background. I didn't think it was really necessary. It wasn't about laziness or wanting to finish, which a few of these were. It was just that I couldn't think of anything that would really work. And it could be standing on a table, but this is on its end. So I thought it was best just to leave. And then we have our little bug. Polychromos for that one. Again, no background. I think I struggled to think about what to do for that one. And then this one I sort of didn't do one because it's that one. I didn't do one on that one. So that's Black Widows. Now the house looks like I haven't coloured it. It's a really, really pale pinky colour. It actually looks quite nice. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I rather like the delicate pink. Then we have brought 4 candles. I have a feeling it might have been a video, or one was a video, but I'm not entirely sure. Black Widow's pencils there. I wonder if it was a Christmas series or something like that. I'm not sure, but there we go. Now this one was done in Artex pencils, which is interesting. I think it was because I've done a lot of faces with Prisma and I thought I'd see how the Artex fared because of, you know, they're similar to Prisma colour wise. But I think this is, I got really stuck with, because these look like leaves, I made this green and then it was all a bit too green. But yeah, that was it. Oh yes, we have our giant cat. I found this quite daunting, but once I got into it, I really enjoyed doing the trees and the flowers. So it worked okay in the end. It's done with Prismacolor. This one was fun. I know Colour with Claire has got a really amazing video where she does a colour along for this page, and maybe I should have done a bit more with the background rather than nothing. But this is, where is it? There we go. Pablo pencils. Bit different. I had a lot of fun trying to colour this so that it looked 3-dimensional, and the same with the stove. And then by the time I'd done that, I didn't really want to do pastel background because I thought it might spoil things. And this one, obviously really plain, Black Widow pencils there. Doesn't look like I put in much effort, does it? Oh yeah, this one, Gold Box, really cute little one. I haven't used any white on my gemstones, but yeah, it's okay. What is this one? There it is. Polychromos and Polychromos for this one. So this one I've tried to, it looks like I might have tried to match it a bit because we've got gold flowers and, oh, I remember. My husband picked the colours for that. He said do gold flowers with red middles. So that's what I did. Now this witch, I think she's done with Prismacolor. So she's done with Castle Arts. I don't know. I'm not necessarily convinced. She might be. Just got a little smudge there. This one though was done with Harmonious pencils. When I had my Harmonious pencil set, I used it as a demo page to show what all the colours were in the set, and then I just carried on through colouring them all in the different ones from the Harmonious set. Now this one, rather than doing a pastel background, I used my star template or stencil to make some stars with a silver pen. I just wanted to try something a little bit different because I've got a lot of detailing. I thought the pastels, I would find it hard to get into all these areas, so I just decided to do that instead. And that was with Polychromos. I probably could have done with putting a bit of white pen on some of these to make them look a bit shinier. I remember this one being rather disappointed because her dress clashes with the pumpkin so much. I really should have done her like a green dress or a purple dress or something like that. Maybe purple. I think I did her hair first and then her hat, and then I sort of matched it in, and then I was like, oh no, pumpkins sort of thing. Polychromos, and there's some glitter pen on there as well, and soft pastel in the background. Now we have a cat and a griffin. I think they would have looked better with gold wings, but Staedtler Design Journey, really simple one. And here as well, Staedtler Design Journey 2. Really enjoy doing this sort of fire, this sort of blend colour. It was fun. And the dragon. Now again, this one didn't really capture my imagination very much. The pastel went a bit wrong here as well. But anyway, you didn't notice. Shapiro pencils. There's nothing wrong with the pencils. I just couldn't, it just didn't, you know. But the wishing well, I absolutely loved colouring this picture. I was really pleased with how the background came out, although some of the purple from the witch's hat has gone across. The background was basically blue and grey to the sort of cloudy look, but there's a lot of purple in it now. That's okay. And I did these tiles like they look a bit rusty. I don't know why they would, but I just had fun with that, and I made it look a bit autumnal. I just really enjoyed that one, and I used Chromaflow. Now this witch was done with Prismacolor. Really like her hat. It's really nice, isn't it? Yeah, her hair is very green, but that's okay. This witch was also done in Prismacolor. Confused myself because I wrote Prisma on the last one and Prismacolor on this one. Now I'm surprised I didn't do a little bit of a background, but I think I was struggling to think of a colour. Now I did these flames in a lemon yellow because everything was so cold, apart from her hair. I don't know whether that was a bad idea or not, but yeah. The key was done in Black Widow. Now earlier in the book I was always putting glitter pen on top of wings, but I didn't on this one. It's just really plain as a gold key. Again, this one I didn't know what to do with, so I got my colour combinations book, which I haven't got, practical colour combinations it's called, I haven't brought it through, and found a page with colours that I thought would work, and I used that for this one, so it helped to inspire me. And I kept it really simple colour wise, with all the flowers the same, all the leaves the same, all the pots the same, and it just made it a lot easier to colour. This one I also used colour combination books. As I said in my monthly completed pages video, the green is just not doing anything for me. I should have done a green background and maybe done all the chest in gold, but you know, you learn, don't you? This one is done with Ergosoft pencils. Had a lot of fun with him. Didn't do a background again, but had fun. Whoops. This one I did do a background. This is Holbein pencils. The moons are done with silver Holbein. Look how shiny the silver Holbein pencil is. The silver pencil is shinier though than pen, but the border, the silver on the border is actually a pen, and so is the gold on the border. But the gold here is a gold pencil. I used a white pen to cover over the lines on the clouds. And the main colouring is done, as I said, with Holbein. I couldn't get into this crease in the middle. I just did the best I could. And lastly, I wanted this one to be really simple. I really like these colours. There's Staedtler Design Journey. So I used the 25, the sort of salmony pink. And then I think this is 23, slightly darker pink for the pot. And the gemstones are done with the English red, I think it was. And I've just noticed that I've missed this here, this bit here entirely. So I'm going to finish that in a minute. I think I've still got the pencils out because I've only just finished it. But that is the whole of that book. So I don't know what that is, but anyway, so that is another Hanna. I've also finished her Tales from the Forest Kingdom, so I've got a flip through of that if you want to. But because I've had so much fun with this one, I'm really tempted to order a Halloween book, but I don't think I've seen a flip through of it. I don't think so, so maybe I ought to first, but I don't know if she's done one. I need to check that, because I want to just check, because I like this one because it's magical and pretty. And there are a few, like that three-eyed bird is a little bit weird, but mostly it isn't scary at all, apart from the snake, but that's just me. And I want to make sure that the Halloween book isn't, because I'm not a fan of Halloween, but I love the magical side, if you know what I mean. So I want to see what it's like. But I think it's available to pre-order on iMusic. It's not on Amazon. But iMusic does deliver worldwide. And her Christmas book as well is available in both English, in the English version, as well as the, is it Swedish? Not sure. Anyway, that is me. So if you want this, if you got this book and you want this something, it's free on my Ko-fi. I'll put a link in the description. But I've got ones for all of Hannah's books, even her Christmas one, because I did it from watching someone else's flip through. I haven't got one for the Halloween one because I haven't seen a flip through. And all of Rita's books, all of Johanna's books, all of Maria, not all of them, a lot of Maria Trolle's books. So I've done them for quite a lot of books, if that's useful for you. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the flip through. Please do like, subscribe and comment, and have a super day. Happy colouring!